past, we learn about your future as well. Are you interested in how your character is going to get to the point where, you've got a child as well?
Yeah, that's yeah, it's not the most conventional way that she gets there, but yeah, that's what I love about it so much. It's that we're sort of getting the full picture.
Yeah.
We see her as a little girl, and then we see her finally get her greatest wish in life to go traveling with a doctor, and then we see her get married, and then eventually have a kid, which is cool because we're not just getting a snippet.
Can anybody truly be prepared for how big Doctor Who is as a cultural phenomenon, not only in the UK but in Australia as well, and now in the US? I mean, what did they warn you about how your life was going to change?
They kind of take us into a little room and say things are not ever going to be the same again. But those are kind of just words at the time, and it's kind of difficult to comprehend. And then we're shut away for 9 months of the year, so you don't see any of that. And then all of a sudden it was like whoosh, and we came out, and it was just the craziest experience. And we found ourselves in America, and people were like, "Hey man, I love the show." We were like, "What is going on?" It's so weird. I would love to come over to Australia though. That would be fun.
We'd love to have you. In fact, I've got a spare room at my place if you want to stay with me. But Doctor Who hasn't come to Australia either, I don't think. Now, Doctor Who has been huge in this country for 50 years, or since it began in 1963. Why hasn't the Doctor visited Australia?
I don't know. He has to visit Australia.
Of course he does.
It has to be done. Okay, I'm gonna make it happen somehow.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be very excited about it if you could. Look, the fans want to know these things as well. What's your favourite episode?
It remains to be the 11th hour.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
I just think that it's so magical. It's spellbinding. And I like my little cousin's performance in it with Matt. And I just think there's something magical about that episode, and the music's so beautiful.
I want to go back to how things have changed. Now, you go to America, you do a great accent too, by the way. You're at Comic-Con and, people are throwing questions at you, the most incredibly intricate detail about the program as well. But what are some of the really strange things that happen? Tell me about the fan mail that you get as well.
Yeah, a few strange things have happened. Generally, everyone's been really nice and positive, so that's been good. No one's throwing old fruit at me or anything. But I do get a lot of comical fan mail.
For example?
Like, there's this one guy who sends a postcard from every place that he goes to. And then the latest I heard, he was in my hometown.
Yeah, I would be really worried if the postcard arrived from, next door to where you live.
But he's honestly nothing but nice. It's really pleasant, and he just wanted to see it. So I find it really nice.
Okay. You like to sing as well. You've got a really lovely voice. Are we going to hear that on the show? Why hasn't Amy sung on Doctor Who?
Oh, I don't think Amy's much of a singer.
But you are.
I don't know what.
You could make Amy a singer, surely.
Really? Well, thank you. I don't know. Maybe one day. You never know. I'm not going to rule it out. Okay. I just can't imagine her doing karaoke.
You don't think that at some stage, you're going to time travel to somewhere where it might be required for Amy to sing?
That's a good idea. Yeah. Maybe we could go back to... I could be in the Rat Pack or something. Do you think I'd fit right in?
I think you would. You'd be on stage with, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, that sort of thing. Is that your dream?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Really? Because the thing about Doctor Who is, the scope. You can do whatever you like. Unlike any other show on TV, you could put your characters in any time or place in history.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty of it all. There's no boundaries.
So, okay, we're looking forward to Vegas. Do you think that there will be a few more episodes set in the United States, given now that Doctor Who is so popular there?
Maybe. I actually have no idea what's going to be happening.
Okay.
I've not read a single word of what I'm going to be doing, but I hope so. I like the States.
People are obsessive about Doctor Who as well. What are you obsessive about?
I like music. Funny that you should say Vegas. I've just come back from Vegas, seeing a Rat Pack tribute act.
Oh, okay.
And so I love traveling so much, and I like old vintage-looking things and ornaments and trinkets. I'm going to turn into one of those weird junk lady people.
And do you like going around to stores and collecting them, buying them, and looking and seeing what they've got?
Yeah, so all the kind of second-hand shops that have got loads of little random ornaments and things, I just pick up.
What about your relationship with Matt Smith as well? Do you give him something nice on his birthday? Has he given you something as well?
Yeah, well, actually, I went to Vegas for my birthday, and then we had a little holiday, which was really fun. And, yeah, we're really, really good friends. We are. Because we've gone through such an amazing experience together, kind of life-changing, and to experience that with another person kind of gives you a bond, I guess.
Because your birthday was just, last week or the week before, wasn't it?
Yeah, 24.
24. God, getting old.
I know. When did that happen? I was 21 when I started this show.
Like it or not, you're part of Doctor Who. You will be part of it forever. You could be 70 or 80. You'll still be going to these fan conventions talking about your time on Doctor Who, won't you?
Yeah, I hope so. It's not something that I would ever want to disassociate myself with, because you get to be part of sci-fi history. How cool is that? And it's a show that I really care about, and it's a really big part of my life, and I will look back on it so fondly, because it's just been the most incredible experience for me. So I'm just so grateful that I even have that at all.
Tell me, what does Christmas hold for Karen Gillan?
Oh, it will be like this. I will wake up on Christmas morning and run downstairs in a traditional way for me, because I'm an only child, and just like tear up my presents ferociously. And then maybe just spend it with my family, and we're going to watch the Doctor Who Christmas special. It's
unbelievable, isn't it, how that's developed, that is now the most anticipated program on British TV every year, isn't it?
It's crazy. How cool is that, though? It's such an important part of Christmas. That's amazing.
It used to be the Queen's Christmas message. Now it's what Doctor Who is telling us.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Thanks, Karen. I'm a fun guy. Hey, look, seriously, so you know what happens in this episode. Have you told your parents?
No, I have not. I've got a cameo appearance in this episode.
Yeah.
I've told them that. But other than that, I haven't told them anything. But it's so cool. I get to watch it as a viewer now.
So you don't really know what happens in the rest of it?
No, I know what happens.
Right, okay.
But I haven't seen any of it, and I wasn't involved in most of it. So it's kind of cool.
And then what? What is the year? You say you work for about 7 months of the year in Wales, working on Doctor Who. But what is, say, the next year for Karen? When we talk again next Christmas, when you're out in Australia, what would you have done over the next year?
Oh, my goodness. Worked a little more on Doctor Who, and maybe have done another little thing that perhaps might be in the pipeline, and maybe have done a bit more travelling.
I did read about you playing Jean Shrimpton in a TV movie as well. Tell me how that came about, and what is it about Jean Shrimpton that attracts you?
I think she's such an interesting person, and it was so cool to just get to research someone that actually existed and that is still alive as well. There is that pressure on it as well to kind of do her justice, because I know she's probably going to see it, and she has actually seen it, and she's given it the thumbs up, thank goodness. But that just came about because I was sent the script for it. I really liked it. It was something I was already interested in, because I like photography, and it was about David Bailey, so that interested me. And yeah, I just thought it would be the right thing to do for my first thing after Doctor Who, because the character is such a departure from Amy Pond, and it's good.
And it's set in only a short period of Jean Shrimpton's life?
Yeah, it's set in the early 60s, and it's basically set over one photo shoot that they did for Vogue with David Bailey in New York.
She wore the most famous dress in the history of the Melbourne Cup.
That was the massive controversy, wasn't it?
So when they do the sequel, you'll have to come down here to make that.
Perfect, done.
Karen, I know you're incredibly busy. I know you got Christmas presents to buy and wrap and everything. You're such a delight to talk to, and thank you so much.
Thanks, nice to talk to you.
That is Karen Gillan, star of Doctor Who. What an absolute treat that was to talk to her.